Lisa. Welcome back to my channel. Today I want to share with you this adorable bear fold it die set, which comes with this large bear and a small bear. And this is a Stamps of Life product, and it actually makes a bear shaped for an A2 size card. So you have these two dies, you have your shadow layer, and then the layering pieces, which you can die cut this out of pattern paper, different colored cardstock, and then make your bear any color or any look that you want using pattern paper. And then of course the little bear. And when you die cut this, the hands, they actually cut, so you can actually have this bear sitting inside of the big bear's hands, which will be super adorable. I'm going to be using strawberry cardstock to make my shaped card, and I'm going to fold this cardstock in half, score it, just fold with this fold at the crease and score that down with my bone folder. And when you're making a shaped card, you need to take your shadow die, and you can have it fold at the top or have the fold at the side. So if you want it at the top, you're going to place your fold in your cardstock just below the die. And if you want it on the side, you would place the fold in your cardstock just to the right of the die so that you can see it. You can see some of the die is on the left of the cardstock, and then the cardstock is there, that crease. So I'm going to actually have mine open from the top. So I'm going to put my cardstock just like this and run that through my die cut machine. And I'm also going to be using some pattern paper, this from the XOXO collection. And I'm going to be using the heart pattern paper, which is the small hearts, which actually looks like this one here, which I've already done all my die cutting. So let me go ahead and just show you what I have. So I have my card base, so you can see how it opens from the top. And I have my layering piece. The layering piece was cut with this particular die, and you can see that it actually cuts those hands so you can have them open. Isn't that adorable? And you will also need to, now notice how the top of the ears are flat. So in order to get those shaped, you're going to want to take this shadow die and cut another piece of the strawberry cardstock, which I did here, and that will layer directly on top like that in order to make the perfectly round ears, okay? And then all of this will layer right on top of that, and then you'll be able to glue that down. Okay, so for right now, I'm gonna set this aside, and I like to work with just this single layer. And I am gonna go ahead and start putting this little guy together. And notice that the eyes will need to be die cut with another color cardstock because they just punch holes, the eyes, and then these little pieces for the ears and the nose. So I'm going to grab some other color cardstock and run this die through again so that I can get some eyes and a nose for this cute little bear. So I went ahead and took the bear layering die, and I die cut out of the strawberry for the little pieces that for his ears, and I also did the nose in strawberry, and then I did two eyes out of the licorice, which is the black cardstock. But before I adhere this piece onto the red, I'm actually going to be taking my color box. It's my Stamps of Life strawberry ink, and I just want to add some strawberry ink to the edges of this bear. Now the foot comes up a little bit, so I'm gonna lift that up a little bit and get my ink in there. Same with this other foot. Okay, and then same with the hands. I'm just gonna lift those up a little bit and put some ink along the edges here. And then same with the mouth. I'm gonna lift that up a tad and just put some ink there on its mouth. And I'm just gonna add some ink to the nose. So I'm gonna go ahead and glue this down. When I glue this down, I'm not gonna glue down the hands. So I'm gonna leave the glue off of that. All right, and then I'm gonna pop these pieces in here. So I'm just gonna put a dab of glue and then put the piece on top. And then I die cut the little guy out of the ocean cardstock. So I'm gonna just ink up his edges And he is going to fit right inside the hands here. So notice I'm going to stick him in the hands. The hands open up and I'm going to stick his body in there, and I'm going to let his hands rest on top of the big bear's arms. So I'm going to go ahead and add some glue. So just make sure he's centered in there. Isn't that cute? And then if you wanted to, you can glue these down just to make sure that they don't tear. Just add some glue to that and then just glue that down. Okay, so now I've got my bear in there. I'm going to die cut this guy again, and I need to die cut out his bow tie and his nose, mouth, and then the little pieces for his ears. All right, so I'm actually going to come in with some of my Tombow glue because this is clear and the eyes are such a small spot on here, and I just don't want any glue showing when I put these in. All right, so you can see this little guy, how he has his bow tie and his filling for his ears and his nose and his eyes. How cute that is. So I'm going to add a sentiment, and it's going to be this love sentiment, which I cut out. It's from the love statement set, so it has these two pieces. I did the letters in the strawberry and then the shadow layer in the powdered sugar. And this also comes with the stamp set, which you can use the word love. And I am going to use the You to the Moon and Back. So it's going to say love, and then when you open it up, it'll say You to the Moon and Back. And I'm going to go ahead and stamp that on the inside of my card. So I'm just lining them up. And I'm going to stamp that out with some black ink. So pick that up, press this down, and I'm just gonna, I always like to do it twice just to make it a little bit darker. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and add my bear to the card base. And after I've done that, I will put my sentiment on the front. All right, so there's my card. Isn't that adorable? So you have your bear-shaped card, and it says, love You to the Moon and Back. So I will link all these products in my blog. So if you're watching this on YouTube, go down to my description box, and you'll see a link to my blog. And if you have any comments, please leave them below. Have a great day. Bye-bye.